hell break loose. Guys heading off on the grass on both directions. Yeah, plenty of variety here. Keith Carling with the twin-turbo V6 Nissan 300 ZX. And these three other cars were running 6-litre Chev V8s. Awesome power outputs, in excess of 650 from the Chevs. And I believe Keith can screw up the boost level on his car for about 900. He's probably done it there. Rockets past Brian Smith. And the beautifully built Alfetta. So, Carling takes control, using all the power advantage of that Nissan on the long Conrod straight.
Coming down to Caltech's chase. Carling through to take the lead. I don't think they're going to be able to mount a challenge. I don't think there's anyone in the front running 6 that can mount a challenge on Carling.
That flag's in the shade. I wonder if that's a black flag. Who's that being held out to?
Look more green than black. But we have a little challenge going on here for the lead.
Now this is a real battle of technology here. Twin-turbo V6 power versus 6-litre Chev. Kerry Bailey's Supra. It sounded a bit rough when it came past us there. Tucking under the wing, or trying to tuck under the wing of the 300 ZX. Get some sort of tow along these extremely fast straights. I believe this yellow car here, the Nissan, has topped 300 kilometres an hour down Conrod yesterday. This gives you an idea of the ultimate potential of these cars. They haven't got four-wheel drive, but they've got massive wings which push them down onto the tarmac. They're restricted 10-inch wide tyres, and trying to get this sort of power through a 10-inch tyre is pretty difficult without these big wings.
I'll tell you what, in the opening lap of the race, it didn't look like a combo that could lay a glove on Keith Carling.
No, Kerry Bailey's come back at him. It's only a 5-lapper, but 5 laps around here's a pretty long and stressful race. So Bailey goes deeper under brakes as they come down the side of the mountain. Really close on him now. The race within a race would seem to be over. Brian Smith, the only guy who could challenge Kerry Bailey here in second place for the Australian Sports Sedan Championship, has dropped well back. So Kerry Bailey in the box seat if he doesn't do anything silly.
Now, see if Bailey can sit in behind Carling and get a tow down the straight.
They are really wild-looking pieces of machinery. They really are a silhouette formula. What you're looking at is basically a skin of the road car underneath, completely hand-built and hand-manufactured racing cars. The engines ideally sit behind the firewall of the car. They're virtually sitting alongside the driver to improve the weight distribution.
Look at the gap they've established. Des Wall has now made it up to third, so he's been able to get past Brian Smith. So
Smith having problems, and Kerry Bailey is very serious about winning this race by the look of it.
He sure is. 2 laps to go as they come across the strike here at Mount Panorama.
Fascinating dice between these two. Keith Carling certainly with a power advantage, an adjustable power advantage. And the turbocharged engine, of course, suited to these high mountain altitudes. Forced induction cars have an advantage over the normally aspirated cars when the air gets a little bit thinner. So I'm really impressed with the performance of Kerry Bailey here. The fuel-injected 6-litre Chev V8. Well, he's not going to let Carling get away from him.
A very tight line through the corner that time by Carling. Coming up on a slower car. Let's have a look at this incident. Whoa.
Bit of rallycross, but doesn't look like too much damage done. It really is quite surprising. You see the top speed of this car. Oof, Bailey very close under brakes coming into the pit straight for the last time. Now look at the acceleration.
Yeah, he's going to give him some Larry Dooley here.
Bit of turbo lag coming out of the corner, or he missed a gear, but he's picked it up again. Bailey looked like he was going to grab him on that final time past the pit. 6.2 kilometres to go. Final round of the Australian Sports Sedan Championship for 1992. Kerry Bailey, the man in the box seat, here in the brightly coloured orange Toyota Supra, chasing Keith Carling.
Do you think Carling was a little defensive then on the approach to the left-hander after pit straight?
And look at Des Wall.
Yes, he's picked them up.
I was saying before, the top speeds of these cars are quite impressive on Conrod Straight. but their overall lap times are substantially slower than the top Group A cars.
Here we go.
Look at the slow traffic.
Split one there and one on the exit. Around the outside.
Yep. Nissan squeezing through the mini-making room, and they've got a bit more traffic up ahead on this last lap. I think Kerry Bailey's getting a little bit impatient. He's going to, you would suspect he's going to have a real go fairly soon. Come up another lap car through the extremely fast left-handed Mafilamy Park, across the top, down to Castrol Skyline.
Look at Des Wall making up ground on the pair of them. He was back, well, probably 5 or 6 car lengths the last lap, but he's closed up.
He really has nailed them here.
Here comes Carling up to put a lap on one of the slower machines. Bailey goes with him as they come down for the final time to Mazda Forest Elbow. There's Des Wall running in third.
So, great scrap in this final half lap. Des Wall a little bit left behind as these two flat strap down Conrod, 300 kilometres an hour for the last time.
Well, Kerry's got one shot at this, and that's going to be on the approach to Caltech's Chase.
Squeezes through that slower car.
And he's not close enough this time. Carling dives into the chase for the final time.
So the battle within a battle. Kerry Bailey will be happy with second place. That gives him the Australian Sports Sedan Championship for 1992.
Coming down, putting a lap on one of the slower cars right at the end of Subaru Straight. And Keith Carling in the Nissan gets out to go on and take the checkered flag. Barely over Kerry Bailey. Des Wall finishes back there in third place. And that was a very entertaining Sports Sedan 5-lapper here at Mount Panorama. And the punters thought that was fabulous. Confirming now for you on our Caltex race score. Keith Carling, the race winner today over 5 laps. Kerry Bailey, a very close second. Des Wall finished third. Fourth was Brian Smith, and rounding out the 5 was Russell Stenhouse.